Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Whether you're able to hear me, can we start?
Yes, ma'am. If you are ready, we'll start with the
Yeah,
session,
yeah.
ma'am.
I'm ready.
Okay, ma'am.
Recording in progress.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of our president and on behalf of our director of ASC, Malini Pandey ma'am, on behalf of our dean, ASC, Gomati ma'am, I would like to invite you all for today's session. Welcome, ma'am, for joining us with the today's session. So, I just wanted to give a short introduction about our speaker today. So Dr. Doreen is the Director of Computational Intelligence Research Foundation. She her B.Tech in Information Technology from Madras University, Chennai, ME in Computer Science and Engineering from Anna University, Chennai, and Ph.D. in Computer Science Engineering from Anna University. Her research interests include parallel and distributed computing, peer-to-peer computing, grid computing, cloud computing, and big data analytics. Previous positions include Professor and Head at Loyola ICAM College of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Information Technology, Assistant Professor at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Chennai, Teaching Research Associate at the Department of Computer Science, Anna University, Chennai, and Assistant Professor at the Department of Information Technology, SSM College of Engineering, Chennai. She has published about 30 papers in international and national journals as well as in the conferences. She is a life member of ISTE. She is a reviewer for Computer and Electrical Engineering Journal and Future Generation Computer Science Journal. She has been the resource person for the workshop on digital classroom, big data analytics using Hadoop, data science using Python, machine learning, deep learning, software teaching, blockchain technologies, cyber securities, as well as in cyber forensics. She has trained 300 plus faculties on business analytics and fintech under Nan Mudalvan upskilling program in the month of Jan and Feb 2023. She is the member of Board of Studies in SRM Valiamal College, Jerusalem College of Engineering, and Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute University, as well as in Etraj College. Over to you, ma'am, and we welcome you for the today's session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Dr. MGR Research and Education and Research Institute for having invited me for the session. A special thanks to Komati ma'am. Right from I think from February, she has been in contact with me for the session. I had done previous sessions for Dr. MGR. I'm so happy to see multiple participants, and congratulations. Thank you for choosing your time to be here. So this session will be an interactive session, all right, and I wish that you will also interact. All right. I hope whether the participants can respond and chat. Whether the participants can respond and chat. Organizers Karthikeyan sir. All right. I'm I'm going to ask all the participants, right, everyone. How are you all doing today? Can you give the answers on chat in one word? Yeah, the participants are able to type on The message on chat box is enabled.
Ma'am, I'll enable it, ma'am.
Sure, thank you.
Yes.
Good, thank you. Muthuselvam sir has given in QA that he has typed that is good. Thank you, sir. Yes. Now I think everybody you can give your answers. We have like 100 plus people on live now for the session. Let's see how many responses are we getting it. Madhula ma'am, yeah, you can use the chat box. The chat box has been enabled to you. Are you able to access the chat box? All right. So this session is going to be a 5-day session. Today is Monday. Till Friday, we'll be having between 2 to 3:30. And it is going to be fully an interactive session so that I wish the participants will answer the questions that we ask you, and any questions you have also you could ask to us, right? Before pandemic, right, this online kind of sessions was not so prevalent, right? This pandemic made most of us to be digitally equipped teacher. I would like to share my own testimony. All right, I started evangelizing about the Google Classroom, Google Meet, Zoom links. I rather had a session to Delhi on university, and in the year 2017 was my first online meeting, and I had been training people onto that. Even 2019, there were not people who were so much welcoming. They said this tools looks good when you train us, but it I think it will not replace the chalk and talk or the physical session. Then when pandemic hit, right, when the pandemic hit, everybody back again came to us, and they said yes, we really need to learn. That day we were a little lethargic, but see, what is not impossible, it is also possible once you have practice and have you put onto it. If I'm asking you a question to everyone now, are you all uh, a digital teacher? Everybody will say yes, right? Let me see whether you're able to. Is the chat box enabled for you? Yes. Still not. All right. Let's go. Right. And once again, I'd like to thank Dr. MGR Education and Research Institute for having invited me for the session. So this is totally going to be some you need to note, and some you will not know, right? That is what I need to have an interaction. So let me not repeat what has been already known to you. And they've given me the introduction. I'm Dr. D. Doreen Robin. I was into teaching for a decade in engineering college, and then I started CIRF, that's Computational Intelligence Research Foundation, where we work on research, development, education, and training. And this during May, June, July, we have internships going for students and also for faculties, like 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. All right, now jumping into the day one, right? Day one, we are going. So, is the chat box enabled or their mics are enabled? Or both are not enabled? Karthikeyan sir or the ma'am, I don't know, sorry, your name, you could tell me.
Ma'am, the chat box has been enabled. If they raise a hand, I can make their like voice chat enabled.
Voice chatting is also possible.
Yeah.
All right. So, voice chat is also possible if you could raise hands. Now you can lower your hands, like Devagi ma'am, and uh, you can lower the hands. All right. So, before I start with the day, I'm going to ask you a puzzle, right? If you're able to know the answer, the chat box is enabled. What's your name, ma'am? I didn't get your name, please. There's a ma'am who's hosting it.
Ma'am, my name is Dr. Sandhya.
Dr. Sandhya. Thank you, Sandhya, ma'am. Dr. Sandhya, ma'am. All right. And she'll be able to, ma'am, will be able to unmute you if you raise hands. Listen, look, I hope my screen is seen, right? Everybody, you're able to see my screen? Yes or no? Answers.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you. Madhula Prasad ma'am also has raised hands. I'll take like 10 to 20 seconds and give me the response to this. All right, here we go. What is wrong with this picture? What's wrong in this picture? You can raise hands so that you can be unmuted. Is your chat enabled or not? Or you can raise hands. Click. Yes, Raja Guru sir. You can unmute and you can speak. Since you have raised hands, you are allowed to talk. Yeah. Yes, what's wrong with this picture?
The picture is very
Suppose, yeah, your
the
voice.
boy can pick the fruits
Uh,
with closed environment.
the boy is taking with
The
what?
home is closed.
The
The
home
home
is.
is closed and the boy will be stolen the fruits.
Okay, stalling. Okay, that's not the answer. Thank you for trying. That's really wonderful to see. Let me get other answers. If you're having the QA on, you can post the answers on QA
Now
also.
please allow.
Huh? Yes, now. You can also post your answers on QA. I'm open the QA also. Just look onto the picture and what is he trying to take and what's wrong with this picture. Quick answers, please. You can post your answers on QA too. That's not a problem. You have question and answer session. You can put it on there. The boy is throwing the fruits into the bush. A good try, Dr. Sumita ma'am. The basket in the boy's hand is full. He's not able to pick properly by standing. And think logically, what is he trying to pluck? What's the fruit? Anybody, can you guess the fruit? Ma'am, they still say the chat box is not enabled. Try to re-enable it back. Okay, others.
Ma'am, it's enabled for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's enabled for everyone, ma'am says. You can check it out. Yes, Dr. Sumita ma'am has said strawberry. Your answer is right. He's trying to pluck strawberry. Now tell me what's wrong with this picture. Strawberry is the right answer. Some of you have given tomatoes, flowers. Okay, the strawberry is the right answer. Yeah, berries. What is wrong in this picture? Think logically and answer. You can put it on QA. I'm open to QA. But still they say chat is not enabled, ma'am. All right, try your answers. And we have 142 people here right now. Height of a plant? Okay, let me give you the answers now, right? Yeah, yes, tell me. Who's trying to answer? Deviki Mama? Is most of you put your hands up? Your
Strawberry grows on a tree.
strawberry does
Am
not
I
grow on a bush. Who answered? Tina. What's your name, please, Professor?
Valentina?
Valentina.
Tina.
Thank you, ma'am. A big
Yeah.
round of applause to Valentina, ma'am.
Thank you.
Strawberry don't grow on bushes. That's the right answer. Right? I've been trying to ask you. See, sometimes it looks like it is okay that it is trying to come. Even when you take AI tools, how I'm going to do it, how am I not going to do it. All right. So things of this sort happens, but how are we cannot fit everything, all the tools that looks on the AI. Is it good? I will not say it's not good, it's good. How far it is going to be useful, so thinking logically and applying to your teaching skills, your subject, and how it is so relevant for the particular topic that you're going to deal for the day plays a vital role. All right, plays a vital. Thank you all. So many of you have given good responses. A big round of applause to everyone. Let's move to the next question. Shall we? Here we go. Could you spot three mistakes in the below picture, please? If you want to speak, click raise hands and then you'll be unmuted. You can speak. Parallelly, you can also give answers on the QA. What's wrong in this picture?
June month calendar have 31 days.
Yeah, that's the right. That's one mistake you found. Still two more mistakes. Thank you. Well done, Professor Madhula Prasad. Yes, Sudarshan sir. Yeah, you can speak. Rita ma'am, you can speak.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the clock, the timing, the number.
The clock timing is not correct.
Yes, the second answer is also right. It's not on the proper order. It's not on the proper order. That's good. Yeah. Some of you are answered in QA too, like Tuftia. I don't know if I'm spelling Dr. Prashanti. And what's the third one? Quick, quick, please. Third. So many of you have raised hands, and those who have raised, you are allowed to speak. What's the third?
There is a tree inside a home. It seems like a tree, purple with purple flowers
Oh, no.
near the clock.
Good try, but not the right answer. Thank you, sir. What's the third mistake? First two mistakes, everybody were able to find it out. What's the third one? Those are rising hands. You are allowed to talk. You can unmute and speak. Yes, what's the third mistake? Anyone? Yes, no? Table leg. Okay, that's right. Table leg. Good try, but not the right answer. Mm-hmm. Any more? Or shall I? You need to have very keen observation of this picture to answer, find the third mistake. We have 154 professors. Like being a professor, or most of the job is to find what's right, what's wrong. Yes. Anybody? No try? All right. All right. Thank you. Right answer was shared by Venitia ma'am on the Q answers, right? The pair of shoes are not the same. Excellent, excellent. Veni ma'am, I don't know, Venitia, right? If I'm spelling your name properly, she has given the right answer on the QA. One is a shoe, one is a sandal. So one is a slipper, and other is the shoe, and other two here found, right? So at the end of this like kind of observations that we have, right? One important thing that I always tell, right? I have trained more than, I could say, I don't know, I would have trained more than 15,000 people, faculties, how to use different kinds of tools, right? One thing that I always find that's very, very, very important is to engage the students, right? They engage the students, and first few minutes of your class is really, really very important, right? It's important to engage them, right? To engage them, and what tools you're going to use and how far it is relevant to your session that you're going to. Once again, a big round of applause to all the enthusiastic participants, right? Now, coming into AI in education, right? AI has been, when you see, it's becoming popular and it has become an integral part of education sector, right? Earlier days, I don't know, maybe in 80s, right? 80s, if you're able to teach is okay, right? When it came to 1990s, 95, generally people would ask you, right? Are you able to or you're able to, you have computer knowledge, right? Do you know how to work on with computers, right? How many of you have experienced this question when when you went for your interview, right? When you have gone for an interview, right? Have you experienced some questions whether you have computer knowledge? Like now, when we come to 2021, 20, like you should have, how will you be able to teach using different tools on the online platform? That is what even NCR Institute, like Research Institute, Education Research Institute is also organizing to cater the needs of many, many people, right? To cater the needs of many people, right? So, here when you take AI, right? Now they know, do you know AI tools to teach, right? That could be some questions, right? Because most of the schools, most of the colleges, most of the education sectors, they're more into the what do I say, they're more into the digital technologies, right? Digital technologies cannot replace teachers, but digital technologies in the hands of good teachers can be transformational, right? So it uses content like machine learning, algorithms, and big data analytics, right? Big data analytics. AI is positioned to personalize the training, right? The training, and to optimize and to reduce the administrative task by large, right? Administrative task by large. What sometimes some mundane works, we keep working on to that, right? We keep working on to that, and repeated tasks that could be done, and also it could enhance teaching strategies. One of the most remarkable contribution is personalized learning experience, right? You can it can be acting as a tutor, right, to you to work on with. How many of you are using, or otherwise I think I can put it on, yeah, QA. I'm going to ask you an open question. How many of you have used ChatGPT? Type answer yes or no. How many of you have used? Yes. Like most of you are saying, Madhula ma'am says yes. Saraswati ma'am and Nitya ma'am. So many of you are using ChatGPT. Listen carefully. My next question. My next question. Being a faculty, being a teaching faculty, maybe in college or whatever department, whatever, uh, for what specific work you use ChatGPT? Which part of work that you use ChatGPT? You know, ChatGPT uses generative AI, right? That you all know, right? The word is so prevalent now. Can you put it onto the chat or on the QA? For what part of work that you use ChatGPT that makes you ease? Yes, please. Academic writing, notes for subject, content for PPT, seminars, PPTs. Thank you so much. All right. My next question, right? We have like 174, 5 people participants here. How many of you have not used ChatGPT? This question, make it clear. How many of you have not used ChatGPT? Answers on chat. How many of you have not used? Which means all 174 has been using. And for what purpose? I asked, only two of them have answered. What about others? Others? When I asked how many of you are using, so many said yes. All right. Okay. Let's wait until others are giving. However, when you take AI, right? When you take AI powered system, they have the capacity to analyze each student, right? As we journey through the session, I'll be asking what are the tools that you've used, what is their learning patterns, what's the strength and weaknesses from the marks of the cumulative marks or from different continuous examinations that you have conducted to them, allowing educators to tailor them using appropriately, right? How to enhance them. Teaching using AI to enhance classroom engagement and learning outcome. So today the first few exercise, right? What did we have the first few? The two puzzles that we had, right? Not able to use chat. I think they have said they have enabled. I'm not very sure. All right, you can still use. Yeah, B. Sumita ma'am has given for rephrasing the sentence. She uses ChatGPT and content creations, right? And for content creations. Right? So first few two slides that we use, right? That we use. So I made you to engage. Do you agree whether you had engagements? Right? You are able to engage what is the right answer, what's the wrong answer, how it could be done. Yes, no? Yes or no? Answers on chat, please. Was the first two activity engaging? Yes. You can post the answers on chat or on QA. Yes, for sure. So many of you said, like Sumita ma'am, Rainbow ma'am, and I don't know. I have to open so many windows just to check it out. All right. I don't know why chat is being enabled, but it's still you're not able to use it. That's fine. I always say expect the unexpected, right? It's not going to hinder us. All right. Yes, yes. So engaging is very important. That's what I wanted to focus more on to it, right? It is not the tool that is going to matter. How are you going to use the tool? Teachers using AI to enhance classrooms engagement and learning outcomes. So this session itself is on OBT, right? Outcome based teaching. How what's the outcome of this, right? So when we have AI chatbot in education system, right, I can also show you how chat gpt is also used in the teaching fraternity. It can for students, it can also be like a personalized tutor, right? It can also be a personalized tutor. It could work as a teacher's assistant, right? How to frame questions, right? How many of you prepared questions using chat gpt for your assessment? Maybe a multiple choice question have you used using chat gpt? Yes or no? Okay. Can one of you put it onto the chat? What maybe one topic that you teach and you want to evaluate the student using multiple choice question? Answer quick. All right. Research methodology. Thank you, Tinam. Research methodologies. Right. Sri Vidya ma'am has given research methodologies. All right. Is my chat GPT screen seen to you? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. So, research methodology is the question that she has taught. See, you can also generate list 10 multiple choice question for which grade, ma'am? For the topic research methodology. Can you give for to which grade or to whom you have handled the session. For UG students, right? Um, Level, I'm going to make it medium. Which level of questions that students are UG students, right? The undergraduate students. So, can you see when you take up a class, you can also give the content or the topics from which ChatGPT will be able to generate. All right. See here, there are 10, which of the following is not a characteristics of a good research, right? Can you see? Now I'm going to add it with answers. Now can you find you're generating, it is generating with the right answer? Can you find the difference the way you use ChatGPT, right, for the teaching content, right? I made the question level to be medium. You can also make it easier, or you can also define as 3 questions, level easy. Next 3 questions, level medium. Next 3 questions, level difficult. Sorry, not 3. It should be 4. All right. Now I save and submit. Can you see the difference? It is giving easy level 3 questions, medium level 3 questions, and difficult level 4 questions. What I'm trying to say, it is not only that you use ChatGPT, right? How you are going to use ChatGPT for your teaching, right? For your teaching outcome or for evaluation. Some of you said you are used for content creation. Yeah, I do agree with it. So I started from a very blunt question of what was my first question, list 10, topic level medium for students. Then I said with the answers, and then I changed to be 3 questions easy, 3 questions medium, and 4 questions difficult. Do you agree with me when you train students that you need to have it like different kinds of evaluations, right? It cannot be totally easy, it cannot be totally difficult, or it has to have a blend to find how. See, generally, I'm going to ask you this question, open question to all, right? Let me see who's going to answer, right? I want to do an analysis of this answer. Being a teacher, right? Being a teacher, do we conduct tests? Yes, the answer is yes. Right? Lot of internal tests, external tests, the semester exams, so much and so more. What is the major objective to conduct exams for students? Why do we conduct exams for students? Answers on chat or on QA. Quick, please. I want everybody to answer. We are almost 200 people here. To assess their understanding, to know their understanding level, for evaluation purpose, understanding students' gesture. Hmm. Why do we conduct exams? Yes. If you raise hands, we'll allow you to talk. You can also talk. I want the session to be interactive. Yes. Each of you can take like 30 seconds to speak. Some of you have raised hands.
Yeah, to understand, it's a self-feedback for the teachers.
It's a
Self-feedback. We can
yes.
find out how much the content has reached the students.
Yes. That's exactly right. That is what one of my expectation, right? How effective was my teaching, right? How am I able to convey the content to the students, how the students have understood the concept. Like I deal with from K to 12 and college students and research people, corporate teaching. I go into different sectors, right? So exam is, that's the right answer, Valentina ma'am, right? How effective was my teaching? Am I able to, what I taught, whether the students are able to understand? Right? We also have a school if you're in Chennai. So I always tell my teachers, right? It's not giving the students the homework or whatever it is. In the class, how we're able to teach the students, make them, I always say KUAS is very important. What is KUAS? The knowledge that you transfer to the students, the understanding of the concepts, the application of the concepts and synthesis of what you have taught is very important. I always use this KUAS. That's very important in teaching, right? That's one very important thing. How effective was my teaching? How most of the students, how they're going to respond it, right? And yeah, how the students have understood the concept. Yeah, that's right. One thing we could say that to check their knowledge and understanding, but more importantly, it is also a self-assessment, as rightly said by Valentina ma'am, right? And I hope some of you also would have got the same questions, right? The same answers too. All right. So when you take, I just showed you one example on ChatGPT how it works. So when you take applications of AI in education sector, especially, right, you could see it could be as a personal tutor, AI-based tutoring system. You can also ask. I'm not only telling about ChatGPT. There are many other tools that you can use, right, where you can tell your level of knowledge. Sometimes, how many of you agree with it? The subjects that you've learned in your UG or PG and the subjects that you're teaching currently in 2004, so 2024, is the same or different? The subjects that you studied when you are a UG student, PG student, or PhD student, and the subject that you learned and the subjects that you're teaching, is it same or different? Different totally, which means that is what we have FTP programs. Right? It is not only upgradation is needed for students, upgradation is needed for faculty. This ChatGPT or any generative AI tools, you can use it like a learning. You can tell this is a new subject, I want to understand the concept. Can you explain this to me in simple words? It does. How many of you have how many of you have explained how many of you have used such examples in ChatGPT? And I tell you, when you use ChatGPT more, right, you will be able to evaluate the content. I also use ChatGPT. I don't say I don't use ChatGPT. Like once it so happened in my research organization, one of them presented the research article and they said it's a group article. I read like 4 to 5 sentences and immediately I told the team that this content is generated from ChatGPT. Then the team said, how do you find, ma'am? Yes, we have generated from ChatGPT. Because when you use ChatGPT more, you will know, because it's not a human, right? You know what is the pattern, you know what is the words, you know what is the vocabulary, you know the patterns of words. So it's very, very easy for you to evaluate it, right? Like I had a talk for, I had been a keynote speaker for Auxilium College in Vellore. Some of you would have known this in Vellore, right? And you know what was my title of the talk? When to use ChatGPT, when not to use ChatGPT, how to use ChatGPT, how not to use ChatGPT. And because the students think they can use it for assignment, because every time it generates a new thing, people will not find, the faculty will not find. But when you use it, you'll be able to find it out. You can find it out. How you are going to use it is very, very important, and you'll be able to find it whether the students have really done it or it is generated from any AI tools, right? It can be used as a tutoring system, personalized learning. It can also translate languages, right? Any AI tools, not only ChatGPT, any AI tools, and for automating or for grading and assessments, right? And for grading and assessments, also you can use real-time assessment. Online, you can have different assessments, voice assistants, personalized communication, smart content, and collaborative learning. You can have different collaborative learning environment. So assessment trend is in education a shift for assessment for learning. Right. So if you take formative assessment, ongoing, differentiated, frequent, standard based grading, actionable data, like visual data and fewer final exams. So it reduces strength and innovation. See, examination always depends how much the students have learned, how much it is there in the content on the day, whether they are healthy to remember and to reciprocate on the paper. Right. So, but teaching is very, very different, right? They're learning for life, they're not learning for exams. I always tell, whenever you teach, even I tell my children, don't learn for marks. You get whatever grade, that's fine with me. But you should know how to apply, because some teacher has taught them like how to add numbers. When they go to a shop, if they buy one pencil, if they want two more pencils, they need to calculate how it is going. That's application of what they learn, right? So yeah, here I told a lot of tools we can find it out. Right, I showed you one tool, that's ChatGPT, how you can use it for answering questions. Right, helps to write text. You can also create images, some tools, and speak more effectively. Right, we'll be seeing different tools all these 5 days as we journey through. Right, most teachers would agree that they would be able to do more, including things that's more important if they have more time. Some of them, they see we have been doing lot and lot of paperwork, right? So those mundane works can be generated. As a teaching faculty, this question is for you, right? As a teaching faculty, give me the question. What are the difficulties that you're facing? Which part of your job role you find it difficult? Being a teaching faculty. We teach, we conduct exams, we create question papers, we do corrections, we do invigilations. Yes. Whatever answers you're going to tell, I'm going to paper correction, balancing documentation and accreditation work. Okay, I do agree with that. And some of you are giving balancing and paper correction. Yeah, that's evaluation. Yes. Anybody would like to speak? Yes, you can feel free to speak, no problem.
Drawing the attention of the student is a big challenging task, ma'am.
Grabbing that, I do totally agree, right? Grabbing the attention of students, right? Attention, grabbing the attention of students. What are the other difficulty being a teacher? Yes, please. You can feel free to
Mentoring the students is also difficulty, ma'am.
mentoring. What do you say, ma'am? Mentoring, yeah? Mentoring? Is it right?
Yes, ma'am, mentoring.
Mentoring the students, right? Being a faculty, my question is, being a faculty, what are the tasks that you do find it very difficult?
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
yeah, in this changing world, everyday requirements are changing. We are asked to take up additional responsibilities, research, mentoring, NEP. So every day that the world is changing. So that is one big challenge for all of us.
Changes, right? Changes. Unexpected changes. So I always tell this, expect the unexpected in your life. Yes. What are the other difficulties?
Grabbing the new technology is also difficulty, ma'am.
That comes in changes, right? Grabbing the new, what are the new trends that they're going to have? changes that a teaching faculty need to adapt, right? Any other difficulties?
Even the environment has become competitive. We are expected to perform.
Hmm. I'm not able to get you.
Competition.
Between?
Yeah, the things have become very competitive.
Okay. What specific thing that you find it difficult? In which way it is competitive?
Like the research, consultancy, industrial connect, a lot of newer requirements.
Hmm. Research consultancy. All right. Then. Hmm. 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 Okay. Okay.
There are only a few percentage of students who
Hmm.
have some issues that, let us say that they undergo depression. That
Hmm.
is very a small percentage. So we
Hmm.
have to deal with that. That's a big challenge.
Hmm. Yeah, that's it, really. Even when you see after the results of JE and all, right? Even after good scores, there are so many things that people could do, right? So being a faculty, documentation accreditation uh, it's very difficult because sometimes we don't have interest, right? Right. Balancing between, yeah, some of this is a very very renowned question. Like people find it right, and they keep saying it right. We need a lot of research, uh, and and we need to publish papers. And he said being research consultancy different more than teaching, you are also asked for different kinds of job. Mentoring the students is very very important. We need to be patient in handling with them. Like this I asked in another session, this was the answer given by some faculties. Classroom management, grabbing attentions, cross verifying, cross verifying assessments, assignments, interacting with students, keeping the students level high, right? Keeping the students level high, always keeping them. And also that is what they said. These are some of the questions they said, right? So what are the tools that you have used? What are the known tools? Answers on chat or QA. What are the tools that you know? I'm not asking. What are the tools that you've experienced to teach? You can put yeah, OBS. Thank you. I want specific tools. Other tools, please. Chat GPT.
Ma'am,
Mm,
for classroom management, we use Google Classroom.
Google Classroom. What I'm asking, what are the
Yes.
tools? Yeah. Thank you. What are the tools that you have experienced, that you have used in your teaching level? That's my question. Right? Some of you say 1 minute. GCR, Google Classroom. Then Gemini. All right. Gemini, Chat GPT, Gemini, Chat GPT, Just a minute. Okay. Cloud, Claude. All right. PowerPoints, Kahoot, Tesmos. All right, my screen is seen, I think so. Google Scholar, okay. Google Scholar, MS Teams, all right. Gamma AI, Jamboard, Bard. Yeah, Bard is only Gemini now. Jamboard is also going to go by this October. Gamma AI, all right. For some of you, some tools could be new. For some, you know it. All right, some of you have given Google Meet. Yeah, Google Meet. Now we are using Zoom. Yes. Any more? That's it. Yes. If you are not able to type it on chat, you can click raise hands. Ma'am will try to. Google Docs, Moodle, WebEx. Yes. Google Docs, like MS Teams, Google Meet, Zoom, all comes the same way. All right. Because each team people are different, so I always ask from them. Word tune, huh? Word tune. All right. WebEx all comes in this category. Yes, any other tools? Google Docs. Yes. All right. The list keeps going, right? The list keeps going. So these are some of the tools that you have told that you have experienced in your teaching. Some of you have experienced. Yeah, the ma'am, Doctor, I'm forgetting. She gave right OBS, and some of them, when I asked in another team, they tell they use Slido, Socrates, Mentimeter, Flippity, quizzes, and others are same, right? So some of them have given Padlet, Neopod, Edmodo, so much and so more, right? All right, that's really wonderful. A big round of applause to all the faculties, right, for your enthusiastic, right, for your enthusiastic participation, right? And AI has got most of it works with natural language processing. That stands for NLP, right? You can have image and video recognition, robotics to perform the task more easier, right? To perform the task more easier is one of the major reason that these tools can be used, right? These tools can be used. So the 30 AI tools in the classroom that you can use are in general, right? Jesus. Like one ma'am has given Canva, I missed it out. All right. Chat GPT, Perplexity AI, QReport, we'll be seeing some of it. EPT, Education Copilot, Canva, right? YouTube summary, Grammarly, PowerPoint, Fullboard, Slides, AI.io, Speechify, right? And Canva Magic, right? DAL, right? The chat GPT also you can use DAL for. You can give a description, it will generate an image, right? Got feedback, Conquer, random page generator, Bing, formative AI, questions well, right? PDF chatbot. So much and so much. These are the most prevalent 30 AI tools, right? 30 AI tools that will be used in classrooms, right? So there are different tools that we go on by one. First, we are going to start with ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT, I told, right, for image generation, it's DAL. And this is for code. We are not going GPT, right? Generative written model. So human-like conversations that you can have. So generative AI. enables users to quickly generate a new content based on varieties of input, right? And they could include text, you could use images, generative AI can use sounds, animations, 3D models, and all kinds of data to model this, right? So they use something called neural networks, right, to identify the patterns and structure within existing data to generate new and original content. In our brain, there is something called synaptic connection. When you learn something new, you get a synaptic connection, right? So it works with unsupervised or semi-supervised learning. This has given organization the ability to learn more with large number of unlabeled data, right? So here they can use multiple tasks, right? So the three requirements for successful AI models: the quality, like most of you are using ChatGPT because of the quality; diversity, how many ever kinds of questions you ask, it responds back; the speed in which you get it, right? So quick quality, high quality samples, fast sampling, and more convergence, diversity, right? For streamlining work, for researchers, really it is much needed for scientists, and also you cannot write journal papers using ChatGPT. Keep that very strong in your mind, because now you use any plagiarism, it will tell AI generated.
Recording stopped.
AI generated content, right? So, for example, it can turn text into image, and turn an image into a song, or turn over videos
Recording in progress.
into text, right? All right. So, what are the cases? You can use for marketing, for note taking, for gene sequencing, for code development, right? For essay generations. For visual, for creating video, 3D models, image and image generations. For music generations and voice generations. What is LLM? It stands for large language models, right? These are the, see, we are not going deep into it. What the technology, like what is generative AI, what are the kinds of input you can give. You are not going to learn about what is generative AI. Like what is LLM? Everybody says LLM. So LLM, it stands for large language models, right? It works like human, like you give a structured data, you give a text data, you give a 3D signals or images. A large language model can do an information extraction, instruction following, instruction recognition, all right, question and answer, and sentimental analysis. What's the difference between tools and data analysis? Tools, there are so many tools for data analysis. Data analysis, you take a data, you analyze, and you can have visualizing like charts, right, or some graphs, or it could be content. Thank you. There's a question on, I don't know. All right, now let's move. How many of you have not used ChatGPT? How many of you have not used ChatGPT? Yes, no? How many of you have generated questions using ChatGPT for your classes? Okay, no answers. Put your answers on QA. How many of you have not used ChatGPT for question answers? Answers on chat. Used. How many of you have used or not used? So I want to know how many of you have used, how many of you have not used. All right. Can you post the answers on chat, please? Okay. Two said used and one said not used. What about others? We have 189 people. Quick. Answers on QA. If chat is not working, that's not a problem. Good. Some one, two, three said not used. Good. Okay. Now, I'll prepare. I want everybody to. I want this session to be a hands-on session. All right. Jesus. I'm going to ask you to go to Open ChatGPT, all right, and create, maybe you want to create a PowerPoint content, right, for the same topic. Maybe research methodology, generate PowerPoint for teaching research methodologies um, for UG students for about 45 minutes. Here you can say, is my screen seen? Include energetic activity. So slide 1, slide 2. Okay, here it says you can adjust it accordingly. Express gratitude for the participation, right? Reading online resources, right? Okay, how we are going to break out forming research questions and how to ask questions. What is the scenario? Say, for example, if you don't want, if you don't know the questions, again you can ask. All right, and I want you all to join to this Google Classroom and would like to explain the issues and challenges in the process of concurrent social life. All right, we'll answer to that, Binuma. Okay, now join to this. I'll share the copy link. I don't know, the in my chat is not enabled, or how to share it. Or you can click. You can open up Google Classroom. I've shared the link on the chat. If you're able to get it onto the chat, it's okay. Able to see my screen? Can you join? And once you join, open up ChatGPT, generate a PPT or question answers or multiple choice question with the different levels of white, right? And whatever the answers that you're getting, copy it and paste it to not Google Classroom streams. I'm audible. Post it on Google Classroom streams. Yes. Able to get it? Thank you. Join the classroom. Jesus. Yeah, I think now the chat is enabled. Done. Once you've joined, post it onto the chat as done. Thank you, Prashanti ma'am. Once you've joined, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Right? Open up Chat GPT. What is the subject that you're going to, either you want to create PPT content, or if you want to generate questions, or anything that you're teaching, find your teaching task that you find it difficult, and how Chat GPT can be used, right? And you can rephrase it. I know like 200 of us are here, some of it would have used, some of them would have not used, some of them know what is ChatGPT or not. All right. Like I've given, I now I'll give the link on the chat. If the chat is enabled, just click and you can join. And what work you've done, I want you to post it on the. I will also give the code on the chat. I hope chat is enabled for all, right? Here you can paste it.
Yes, ma'am.
On the streams, I want you all to paste it. What is the work that you've done using ChatGPT? The reason behind some of us know but would have not done it. For some, it is new. And Binu ma'am has asked what would be the issues and challenges, right, in AI teaching learning process. The challenges is we should know what is the correct tool to use. That's very, very important. All right. And we need to practice more. That's the challenge. I always tell this, expect the unexpected. Today we know, right, like ma'am would have conducted so many webinars. I don't know why suddenly the chat was not working. Maybe or probably after an hour it started working, right? And issues is you cannot use all the tools. If you can't join using a personal email ID, Preeti ma'am. Don't join using your college or domain, right? All right, that does not suit well, right? So I use personal Gmail ID. So that is the issues and challenges, right? I always say one door will have a lock will have only one key. Yes, do you agree with me? A lock will have only one key. So we should know what tool are we going to use, not for all the classes. Why am I going to use? Using this tool for teaching, will it aid my students to enhance their understanding of the concepts? Right? That's very, very important. Practice makes a man perfect. The practice is something very, very essential, right? That's very, very essential. That's what I always used to say. All right, let me see how many people have joined. I could see only 6 of you have joined. What about others? We have 200 plus. All right. Any difficulties? Kindly do share it with me. You can unmute or post it on chat. I can see 6 people. Yeah. Oh, it's become 49 now. Thank you. And I hope you can see my screen. Here, yeah. I could see Madhuri ma'am. Here she has used research methodologies like how to summarize this hybrid technology. Like you can also ask for, or what do I say, like activities that gives wonderful activity, right? What kind of activities that you want to engage with students? So beautiful. How to identify the right tool for research analysis? There are so many tools for research analysis. What tool that you really need is very, very important. LLM slide, kindly re-show, ma'am. Yeah, large language model. Can you see it, sir? Rajesh, sir. Anusha, ma'am, join using your personal ID, not using your college ID. All right. So now we are working on ChatGPT. Let me see on the streams. How many people have joined the classroom now? Only 58. Only one fourth. We have 202 people and it's 60 now. Kindly do join. Vardhana ma'am, Dr. Vardhana ma'am, uh, kindly join using your personal ID, not using college ID. Okay. Difficulties faced in higher education institution. All right. With 10 slides. Be very specific. That's very important. Right? That's very, very important. What you want to have without being specific, you will not be able to get it. What you want to know. Yes, Hemalata ma'am, join using your personal ID, personal Gmail ID, not college ID. I'm happy to see how many people have joined. As of now, 60 have joined. 203 people have joined. Good. Don't post the link, you'll not be able to access it. You can copy and paste it. As simple as that. All right. So when you use Chat GPT, it's a natural language AI bot, right? It's a natural language AI bot. At its most basic level, you can ask question, it will generate, right? It is totally driven by AI technology that allows you to have like human-like conversation and much more with the chatbot. The language model can answer question and assist you with answers like emails essays. So this is the logo. You know it, and you know. So if you don't know the URL to open ChatGPT, it is openai.com. So once you click on with that, kindly do not join using your emails, right? You have to register not only for ChatGPT, any tool, right? Now, if I'm going to click on, there's something called login, right? Or sign in. If I'm going to log in, generally it logs into my. Can you see here on my screen something called continue with Google, continue with Microsoft, continue with Apple? No, always listen very, very carefully. Always click sign up, give an email ID, the email ID that you use generally, and give a different password that is not used in your Gmail ID. Able to get it? That is not used in your Gmail ID. Never continue with Google or something like this. How many of you always do continue with Google or continue with Microsoft? Yes or no? Do you do it? Continue with Google or continue with Microsoft? So don't do that, right? Don't do that. That's not advisable. Your Google, you have Google Pay, wherein you can link with your bank account. So everything is exposed. So always log in with your email ID, but don't give the same password. That is going to be. Is my voice not audible? Is my voice audible or not? Yeah, thank you, sir. And don't ever, in not only in ChatGPT, I'm trying to say any applications or any website, you can use your email ID, but not the same password. right? But never join with continue with Google. You are exposing your Google credentials to a third party. You and me don't know who just started ChatGPT. If something or the not ChatGPT, I'm saying for example, right? Then we will not know how it is going to work. So you all know what it happens with ChatGPT. It can answer question. It can solve math equations. It can translate between languages. It can debug and fix codes. All right, so much and so more, right? All these things we have seen. This is what I said. It should be a call to action. Start simply. You should generate PPT, list it in activity, right? Add your expectation how long it should be. All right. And now from Google Bard, it was there in March 2023. It has been changed to Gemini. It was on LAMDA family, right? Large language model family, right? It was started with March 2023. It almost works the same like ChatGPT. But now listen, Gemini is a product of Google, so that for Gemini you can log using Gmail. All right. Gemini is not a third party. ChatGPT is a third party for Google, but Gemini is a part of Google. So for Gemini, you can use you can use your Google Mail ID. It's a family of multimodal large language models. There will be Google DeepMind, right? And here they've upgraded the versions. Probably if you have time tomorrow, we will experience that. Let's see. All right. So we will have some activity on this is the mail ID, or sorry, it's not the mail ID, it's the URL of gemini.google.com, right? Gemini.google.com. So it was initially Bard, but now it is changed to Gemini. All right. So here also, as what you do in ChatGPT, it works here. So any doubts or any questions for the day? We are going to have next 5 more days. Today's session. Any questions? Any questions?
Participants, any questions you can please ask in the forum.
Okay. Before I would like um, it's clear, well instructed. Thank you so much. So let's play a quick 5 MCQs, right? There are two people who have raised hands. Madhula Prasad ma'am and Vikrant sir. Sorry.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
madam, what is the difference between Bard, Gemini, and ChatGPT?
Both are the same. Both are the same. But the algorithm that is used to develop ChatGPT and Gemini is different. When you ask the same question for both the tools, you will find some kind of difference. But basically, both are using generative AI.
Which one is a good, madam? Actually,
It depends. I cannot say this is good or that's
No,
bad.
no. ChatGPT gives a answer up to 2021, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Means ChatGPT is not that much updated up to 24.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. It's not much updated, but for some
Uh,
functionalities, because I use both, right? I use both ChatGPT and Gemini. For some kind of functionalities, sometimes Gemini is better. For some, ChatGPT is better. But I cannot. It depends on our own specification. I cannot clearly say that this is good or that's bad. Both has got both pros and cons.
And what are the different AI tools, madam? Like ChatGPT, Bard, Gemini, and
Why?
other also there
Yeah,
or not?
there are many tools are there, but they contain pricing, but these two are free. So always in this 5 day session, I'll try to give you tools that is mostly free, or some free plans are there. All right, so I want to people to have a long time learning, so then it will be easy for them. Okay, I put a link on
Madam,
the 1 minute. I put the link on the chat, so others could kindly join on to the quiz, and or we'll have a quiz before we leave. Click the link, give your name, and then you can join. I'll start soon. Yes, any more questions? Yes, sir.
class is, session is over or up to 4
3:30,
o'clock?
up to 3:30, 2 to 3:30.
Okay,
One
okay,
and a half hours is the session.
okay, ma'am.
All right. It's
And
inform
tomorrow also you will take, madam, this class.
all the 5 days. I will take all the 5 days.
You only take, na, madam, all
All the 5
5 days.
days. Yeah, I will be taking.
Okay, okay.
Dr. Satvik sir, you've asked questions for AI tools to frame MCQ. I told today about ChatGPT. Tomorrow I'll say a few more tools. And all these ChatGPT cannot generate images. DAL E can generate images.
Madam,
Madam,
give some tools for research paper writings.
Paper writings that most of us that we need to do, that you cannot have a generalized tool that can generate content.
Because ChatGPT content will be caught by the anti-plagiarism tools.
No, any tool that use AI can be caught, because I'm a researcher. So I
Yes,
know.
that's why I'm asking. You have
Yeah, that's
so
what
much
I'm trying to
experience.
say. I also, when people come see in my company, we write papers and we develop products, and always I tell people no, they cannot. They have to write on their own. And for rephrasing or paraphrasing, I can tell tools, but you cannot expect.
At least you can provide the tools for that one,
Yeah, that I'll tell
rephrasing
you.
and
Yeah, yeah, that I'll tell you. We have got 4 more days throughout which I.
open source tools you can
Yeah, yeah,
free tools.
yeah, I'll try to say
Okay,
this
thank you.
summer. All right, can you all join this quiz, please? 36 of you have joined. 2, not 4 or 5 have connected. Google Classroom, I was able to get 50%. Like,
madam, what is Mentimeter code, madam?
no, there's no need for a Mentimeter code. I've just given a link on the chat. Click the
Okay,
link, give the name,
yeah,
and you can join. I'll wait for
yeah.
just 1 more minute, and then I'll start. Like 40 players, 41 players are here.
Madam, do you know about Chatur software, madam?
You can respond, you can put it, you can post it, or I'll give my email ID, or any doubts you can put it onto that. My mobile number, you can WhatsApp. All right, and also I'll give my mail ID. Any other queries you have, I'll even post the session you find, you can ask me. Right, so I'll begin now. We are running short of time. Yeah, I've joined now. Only I'm starting the quiz. Let's see who's the winner of the day. Artificial intelligence impact the education sector by transferring the delivery of education Yes, 37 of you have given yes, yet it changes. Let's see who's on the first place. First given answer faster. Right. I think it's Smita ma'am, fastest on the first place. Second, it is Saraswati ma'am. Third is Vikrant sir. All right. Let's move on to the second question of the day. Like we have 57, 56. All right. Let's see. Two types of input and output can be used with generative AI models. What are the types of input and output? Whether it be images, sounds, 3D, or all of the above. Yes, most of you have given the answer, all of the above. There was a question on tomorrow. I'll speak about Gemini. Dr. Vaishali ma'am will have hands on. Satvik sir, yes, we'll see about MCQ questions. Yes, we Sri Vidya ma'am has asked the question, can we do calculation using Chat GPT? The answer is definitely yes, you can work it out. If you want, remind me tomorrow. I can show an example of performing a calculation or put some calculation on the chat. Maybe post the session, I will share it on screen. The link works. Yes. No, on the first place, it's Vikrant sir. Second is Vardhana ma'am, and she's the fastest. Third is Snuggles. I don't know what's your name. If you see your logo, you can post it onto the chat. What's your name? All right. Let's move on to the third question of the day. All right. Let's see. What is the significance use case of LLM, analyzing satellite imagery, generating text like human like fashion, that large language model? Yeah, it's generating text like human. Let's see who's on the first place. On the first place, it's Vikrant sir. And second is Ted. I don't know what's the name, Professor Ted. Third is Madhumati ma'am. All right. Let's move on to the fourth question of the day. I can see 68 players, but 203 have joined. So this shows how many active people are there. So tools like Menti will help you to find, though we take a session, how many of them are actively engaged. So 71 out of 205. All right. Bart is now known as Gemini. True or false? Yes. 55. I've given the right answer. Let's see who's on the first place. I don't know what's your full name. Ted, sir. You're on the professor. You're on the first place. Second is Madhumati ma'am. Third is Saraswati ma'am. The fastest for the fourth question is Smita ma'am. And there's some ma'am who has given, their name is Android, but it's not Android. If you don't give name on Menti, it will take its own name. So it's a self name of Menti, that's Android. Let's move on to the fifth question of the day. 74 players, 75 players. All right. What about the remaining 125? ChatGPT is a dash tool. It's a neural language processing, natural language processing, neutral or neural. It's an easy question. Let's see who's the winner for the day. It is natural language processing, right? Okay. Who? Can you give your name on the chat? The first three winners. Ted, Madhumati ma'am and Srivani ma'am. All right. Congratulations. Who is Ted? Sir, who? I don't know, sir or ma'am. Can you unmute your mic and speak? Yeah, Madhumati ma'am, or second or the third place. First three winners, you can Sukanya ma'am. Yeah, yeah. Kindly unmute and speak, ma'am. What's your experience being a winner of the day? I'm in seventh place. Thank you, Karthika ma'am. Why the link? Oh, you don't have a mic. Okay, the second place is who's on the second place? Madhumati ma'am, right? Yeah. Can you unmute and speak, ma'am? What was your experience? You can click raise hands and we'll be able to unmute you. Yes, Madhumati ma'am. Or anyone who likes to share your experience. What was your new learnings today? Yes. I want one of the three winners to kindly share. Yeah, yes, Madhumati ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
It was very interesting, and we came to know about the AI tools, ChatGPT, and everything. But if there is some hands-on in more number of tools, it would be helpful, ma'am. But the information which you shared is very much interesting and informative.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, because today we started with introduction, we started with one tool, we had hands on, and as we journey through the next 4 days, we'll be hands on the different tools. All right, I've shared my contact on chat and on screen. Any other questions, you can post it on. Thank you all for your wonderful feedbacks. The session was informative, fruitful, interactive. That's very challenging. Keeping interactive is very, very challenging. Something
Madam, feedback link is there or not?
the organizers will let you know. Once I complete it, I'll hand over to them. All right. You use ChatGPT, so Mentimeter for the first time. Thank you. And you are able to know that you should not log in using, yeah, that's really wonderful to see good feedbacks. So, any more questions? Thank you all for your wonderful participation and interaction. I will be there for the next 4 days. So let's see to it. Any other question is there? You can unmute and ask. Otherwise, I'll hand it over to the organizers. Already, I consumed 4 minutes of their time.
Participants, any questions? Thank you, ma'am. The session was very informative. Now I request Dr. Karthikeyan, Assistant Dean of ASC, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sandhya ma'am. Good evening, everybody. It's my privilege to address the vote of thanks. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's my privilege to address the vote of thanks for this wonderful session. First of all, I would like to thank our founder and chancellor, Sri A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our honorable president, engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar sir, for giving this golden opportunity to conduct this 5 days FTP on OBE. It gives on immense pleasure to thank our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi ma'am, Provost Professor Dr. G. Gopalakrishnan sir, Register Professor Dr. C. B. Palanivel sir, for their wonderful support for this event. I express my heartfelt thanks to our Director, Academic Staff College, Malani Pandey ma'am, for his support and guidance. We would like to thank our beloved Dean, Academic Staff College, Dr. Gomadi ma'am, for her continuous support and encouragement to make this event more memorable one. I would like to express my gratitude towards Dr. Doreen ma'am for accepting our invitation and spending your valuable time and knowledge with us. Thank you, ma'am. Once again, I thank one and all. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Can I leave the meet? Thank you all. Bye. We'll meet. Any questions or can I leave?